what did you make of the Chiefs win? Was there a flip of a switch? What do you think here? How do you term it?
I'd love to say a flip of the switch. I think the biggest thing, though, for the Chiefs, like they had advantages everywhere, right? Like I think they're the better coach team. I like Mike McDaniel, but like, the disciplinary stuff, the third downs, there were like 4 or 5 third downs in this game where if you got third manageable in that weather, the way they are, you feel good. But they false started. They had illegal formations. They had a bunch of stuff that knocked them back. They also just didn't seem to be, and I know this is so cliche and I hate it, but they didn't seem as ready to play in the cold as Kansas City. Like one of those plays after false start, I think on cheat on a 3rd and 8. I posted this. It was the only thing I saw on the play was L'Jarius Sneed with those long ass arms reaching out and put him on Cheetah and then, pushing him down into the ground. Like that was the best jam I've seen all weekend. We talk about press coverage and why L'Jarius Sneed's so great. And then I also remember a play where late in the game, and it was obvious at this point that it wasn't going to be Miami's day. Like they throw the ball out to Waddle and the ball took a while to get there. And Sneed just top down, breaks the ball up. It's on Miami's sideline and he walks off he slings Waddle. He walks towards the Dolphins bench and they're all standing there in their coats. And I can't get this picture out of my head. L'Jarius Sneed, who's an absolute alpha, who was ready to play, staring 3 to 4 Dolphins down for a solid 2 seconds. So the ref was like, all right, come on back here. They didn't move. Nobody moved a muscle. When you get to mug up the other team's sideline, like that was Kansas City in a nutshell in this game. And then the advantage at quarterback. Mahomes' ball cuts through the wind, man. They had the confidence to come out and throw the ball 3 times to start the game.
Right.
First 2 throws, one of them sails, one of them Kelsey drops the ball. I remember this vividly, them zooming in on Patrick, and his face was kind of like, damn, this is going to be tough, huh? But, like, here we go. And he proved why he's, the best quarterback on the planet, the past 5-7 years in this league. And the other guy, Tua, I don't want to drill this thing into the ground, but people are now catching up to, is he the answer? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But overall, if you couldn't run the ball here, you weren't going to have a good day. And they couldn't. Kansas City's more physical. Kansas City's more disciplined. Kansas City has a better quarterback. Not a shock to me.
Yeah, and that's the point, because again, I would ask you about the Dolphins, but you have asked and answered that in multiple appearances prior to this Monday one, Chris. So that's why I asked about the Chiefs, because they may finally have to play a playoff game out of Arrowhead next week if the Bills beat the Steelers today.
The rest advantage.
That's it. Well, I mean, and then it just comes down to what can the Chiefs do what they've done in past years, and that is the AFC question. If the Bills go ahead and win this thing, other than the fact of how real are the Texans, I mean, and I guess this is one way to put it all together. Chris Long here on the Rich Eisen Show. We've got a graphic from the 2 kids that started their first career playoff starts. Do you, Chris Long, wish to start? Maybe we can do this together. You want to start drumming, beating the drum for a Texans-Packers Super Bowl, Chris?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
What do you think here?
Anything is possible. I know you asked me who are the teams that are capable of beating the Ravens. Well, anybody's capable of beating anybody. They were like the Bills, I think, have the best chance of anybody remaining. I think the Chiefs, it's possible, right? Like Texans, they played week 1. Looking back at that game, I don't think there's much you can take from it, but it was 25-9. I think the Texans are dangerous, man. Like they have that belief about them. CJ is just as good as just about anybody in the league, the way he's throwing the ball right now. And so, but I think with the Chiefs, the one thing that they had going for them last night, you say, hey, the passing game and maybe the confidence that they gathered,
yes,
just going through it works in their favor. But the Dolphins being down guys up front and on the edge, and Patrick having all that time, I'm not sure we really saw that all season. That's not something I got used to seeing this year, because the thing that doesn't get made a big deal enough with Kansas City, we talk about is wide receivers, the tackles.
Oh,
those were two decisions that they made, right? And
yeah,
you talk about giving the pass game time to develop, and that guy's under siege back there for a lot of the year. So not being under siege, if you give Mahomes that kind of time, he can make it work with those guys. And that's not necessarily going to be the case everybody they play.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.